Hello and welcome to my podcast. My name is Nicole and I am the brains and the beauty behind Yarn Craft by Nicole. And I want to go ahead and let you know at the beginning of this episode that this will probably be the last episode of the year. Baby girl's been doing a lot of growing and a lot of moving, and I foresee that next week, even if she's not here quite yet, that I won't be in any kind of condition to podcast. So this will probably be my last podcast of the year, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's my last video. I've got a couple of tutorials that I at least want to get started this year, whether or not they get released this year. You may have seen on, I guess it was just yesterday, that I released a new tutorial for a two-tone scarf that I showed you last week using Big Twist Hush. I will say that at the beginning of the video, I'm still figuring out the kinks of how to successfully get videos that I edit in the software that I have to not get crazy blowed out. So at the beginning of the video, it is very bright, but the rest of the video is a lot smoother, so don't let that throw you off. But it's a good tutorial, and there's also a blog post option that takes you step by step at Yarn Craft by Nicole, if you're interested in that. It was a lot of fun to make, and I want to make another one. So with all that being said, let's get started. Today my featured make is, I believe the designer is calling this the front porch cowl. When I was testing it, it was, I think she was just calling it the granny square cowl, but it's from Sass and Stitch. It's going to be in her book that comes out next year. I used Sunshine Queen fiber arts for this. I had a sock set with 2 minis and it was perfect for this cowl. And I don't know if you can really see, maybe if I hold it up to the light a little bit. It's actually got a little bit of shimmer in it. It's very fun. I like it a lot. I think if I made it again, I would probably make a scrappy version that was large. I find that I like a big cowl, as you can see from what I was wearing last week. But this is great for a day like today. It's not crazy cold here in New York today, so this has been perfect. Okay. This episode has a lot of gift makes. In fact, I think that's all I'm going to be showing you today is, or are things that I have made for gifts for the holidays. So mom, mother-in-law, sister's fiance, just go ahead and skip this episode. I think that's mostly who all these gifts are for. I've got several finished objects, and I've got a work in progress, and perhaps one more depending on what I decide. So I'm going to start with this beautiful table runner. Y'all have been loving this, and so have I. The last time you saw it, it was almost done. It just needed a border, but I ran out of yarn, and now it's done. I love it. It's perfect. I did a Instagram post where you can see the table runner on the quilt that inspired the table runner, and I feel like I nailed it. I don't necessarily like to toot my own horn, but I feel like I nailed it with this. So I'm very excited with the way it came out. I want to do a whole series on this. That might be something that happens next year. I have at least one more Christmas project that I think I'm going to try to do that is quilt inspired, but I love this. I did not have a pattern for this. I looked up how to do the half and half granny squares, and then I just used quilt blocks motifs to configure those squares. But like I said, I think I will do some sort of tutorial series the beginning of next year explaining how to do these and how to take quilt motifs that you like or quilt squares that you like and transfer them into crochet, because I thought it was really fun. So that object is finished. It's blocked. It's beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to gift it. The other thing that was almost done when I saw you last time is the pillow for my mother-in-law. So again, if you're watching, just go ahead and skip all of this. And it's done. Let's see if I can. Grandma's house. I will say that I really like the way it came out. I think she's gonna really like it. But a couple of things did throw me off. The wool that I used for most of the pillow is knit by numbers, I think, and I had not used that wool before. It is a little bit rustic, and it didn't grow or stretch as much as I had envisioned. I should have done a test swatch. Y'all know I'm awful about doing swatches. But looking at the fiber content, I didn't think it was going to work up that differently, but it did, and that's fine. The other parts that were a superwash merino just stretched a little bit differently. And I don't think it's a big deal, but just, you know, if you can be more consistent than I am with your fibers, it might come out a little bit better. But I really like the way this came out. It's all single crochet. I created the chart with graph paper, and then the back, which originally I was going to do a flap that you could open, but because the yarn did not grow very much, in fact I think it might have shrunk a little bit lengthwise, there was not enough room on the back for a functional flap. And I thought about doing a button, but the way that it was pulling, I was afraid it wouldn't look neat, so I just sewed it down. But yeah, I really like it. I think she's gonna like it a lot. It's a good size. It is very soft. Yeah, I'm a fan. Love some color work. Oh, and I did a little button for the doorknob. I did that at the end. Grandma's house. Really like the way that this came out. And I think I used a 14 by 14 pillow, just in case you're curious. I also finished the scarf for our wonderful dog sitter. This is a Yarn Bee yarn, part of their hand-dyed collection. I believe that this one was called Hibiscus something. If I can find the tag, I will let you know. Palm hibiscus maybe. But I like the way it came out. I think it'll be fun and pretty and go with a lot of things and be lightweight. Yeah, no pattern for this. I just picked a stitch pattern I liked. It's got cluster stitches, single crochet, well, like linen stitch, and then some double crochet. So pretty simple, but fun. I used to make, back before I really knew what I was doing with hand-dyed yarn, I used to make infinity cowls that were far too narrow, and then I didn't wear them because I just wanted to get the most amount of length for a fingering weight skein of yarn because they were expensive. And I think I've learned my lesson. So I really like the width of this scarf, and I think it came out really cute. And it's Christmassy without being too Christmassy. Like, you could get away with wearing this for a lot of the year. So very excited that that is finished and done. And then, okay, I think I'll show you my next finished object that might lead into another project. And then really the only whip that I have currently. I probably will start another one tonight or tomorrow. So you may remember this, oh goodness, this beautiful yarn from Illimani, I believe is how you say it. It is very soft, very pretty. It is 35% merino, 20% baby alpaca, 15% silk, 15% yak, 15% donegal. So it's got all the good stuff. And I bought it for my sister, and I wanted to make her a an ear warmer, a headband kind of thing. So I did, and I got the crazy idea that I would knit it instead of crochet it, because I wanted it to have a little bit more stretch than like some of the Tunisian ones I've made. Not that the Tunisian ones I've made have been bad, but I wanted it to have a little bit more stretch. And I'm just not sure that I like it. I like that I tried something new, and I liked that I learned how to do some things in knitting that I had never done before. Like I had never properly done a long tail cast on. Like I don't even know where I learned how to start something in knitting, because it wasn't right, and it wasn't anything that I could find anywhere else. But that being said, I did a long tail cast on. I actually bound it off without using a crochet hook, because that's the only way I've ever bound off anything in knitting. I did, like, you can kind of see the texture right there. I did purling and knitting, like knitting on one side, purling on the other. And I like the fabric that I got. However, it is a lot more, it's a lot thinner than I want it to be, and I don't know that it looks the way I want it to be. In fact, I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. She won't mind. It also, I think, should have been a smidge longer. So, let me throw this on up here. So you could wear it as an ear warmer, like this, have it over your ears, or I imagine that she will probably wear it more often as a headband, just like that. And her hair has a lot more texture than mine, and it's cute. I just don't know if I love it, and I try to set a pretty high standard for the gifts that I give, because I want to love it. And I think what I should have done to knit like an ear warmer or something that's a little chunkier is that I should have done it in the round, like made it twice as thick. You see where it's curling in on itself? Like just have it be 2 layers. And then that would have helped the ends too. So it's a maybe. Like I said, I had fun making it, and I had fun learning a new thing, but I just don't know if it's gift worthy. So that being said, I still have a decent amount left over. Oh, I put it over here already. And I have something that I think would pair really well with it that I thought I threw in this bag, but maybe I didn't. Guess I didn't. Oh, there it is. This. So we talked about all the delightful fibers that are in this, including a decent amount of alpaca and yak. This is some yarn I got from, I think it's Alamitos. Yeah, Alamitos Big Yarn Company in, or near LA. I'm trying to remember where it was exactly. Regardless, a yarn shop when I was visiting friends in LA. And it is 100% baby alpaca, undyed from a black alpaca. And, you know, it's small. There's not a ton of yardage in this, but I bought it because it was so incredibly soft, and I had never seen a 100% alpaca that was this dark black. So what I thought I might do is put these together and do some sort of Tunisian pattern and use these together for an ear warmer, and maybe I would gift them to her as a set. I haven't decided, so that might be another gift. Like I said, I don't think my first one is awful. I just don't know if I'm as proud of it as I want to be for a gift. But these look really good together. and I think they would behave really well together. They would look a little Halloween-y, but not overly Halloween-y, I don't think. I don't know. Could be another project. The project that I am currently loving and that has taken most of my attention, I think I started it yesterday and it has gone very, very fast. Part of it is because I got to learn something new and I love learning new things and I really like the texture. So this is the Flipdana from Detroit Knots, Natalie from Detroit Knots. When she came out with this pattern, when I first saw it, I was like, ooh, that's fun. I really want to make one. And then I decided that my sister's fiance should get one. So I picked some yarn that I had in my stash that seemed like her colors and got going on it. So let me show you what I've got so far. And then I'll kind of talk to you about the construction. Look at that texture. How could I not be obsessed with this? So the way that the Flipdana will work is that you do 2 pieces that make a bandana shape and you can alter which one you want to have in the front. So I'm doing the patterned one first and then I'll do a solid one. So the other one that you don't have in the front, that side will kind of peek out from underneath the other side. So you get 2 looks with one item. And I really like this because 1, it's just really pretty, but 2, it uses Tunisian slip stitches. And I've never done that before. And it's basically, in fact, I think it is like Tunisian mosaic crochet. And I had never done that technique before. And I think it's coming along really well. I am using a sport weight instead of a fingering weight. So I'm adjusting it a little bit for the depth. I'm going to do it a little bit, or I'm going to do a fewer rows just to manage my yarn a little bit better. But let me show you the colors. And then maybe I was even thoughtful enough to include the tags. So these are the colors that I'm using. They're both really, really fun. The one on the side is from Aquarius Make. I believe that the colorway is called Firewood. I believe that's what it's called, but it's not listed on here. Unless it's called Spica, but I think that's the base. So Aquarius Makes, she is on Etsy and she does a lot of really good deals. And I've tested with her before. She's great. So that is the variegated Aquarius Make. And like I said, it's a sport weight. It's 100% superwash merino, 328 yards. And then the one over here, kind of that like clay color, is called Break Angels. And it is from, the tag is kind of covered up, but it's from Primrose Yarn Company. I don't know if you can read it, if it's going to focus. Primrose Yarn Company. I bought this from the clearance bin, I think from Spun, because I really liked the color and I was happy to see how well they played together. So very excited about this. Probably will finish that very soon. So that, I believe, is all I have right now. I have some yarn that I have purchased that has not arrived yet. I bought some yarn from Ruby and Rose's Yarn Co. She had a really cute, what is it called? Traditional Cozy Christmas collection. And so I bought some minis from her and a like speckle skein, and I think those are supposed to come out soon. And then I got like a countdown box with 5 minis from Sorella Yarn that's inspired by Downton Abbey Christmas. That should be getting here, or that should be shipping pretty soon. But yeah, just some fun things. Since I won't be podcasting pretty much through December, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, please make sure that you're following me on Instagram. I probably will be doing some posting there, especially after the holidays of all the gifts that got finished. But yeah, that should wrap us up for this week. I can't let go of the fact that within 3 weeks, we will be a family of 3. And I think that's really exciting. I am ready for her to get here, and well, as ready as I can be. And I'm very excited for what this next chapter entails for us. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you back here next year. Bye, guys.